Hey friends, do you like what we see here? Air pollution consists of toxic chemicals and other harmful particles that have an adverse effect on our health and ecosystem. But what causes air pollution? In today's episode, let us enter the filthy territory of air pollution and explore its lethal consequences on our lives, environment, and the world. Zoom in! A tiny percentage of air pollution comes from natural sources like volcano eruption, dust storms, allergens, and wildfires. And we don't have any control over pollution caused by any of these natural sources. But what we have control over is human activities that are responsible for most of the world's air pollution. Yes, my friends, right from smoking cigarettes to burning fossil fuels to driving cars and releasing toxic smoke from factories tarnish the air you breathe and cause severe health and environmental problems. For example, when we burn fossil fuels like decomposed plants and organisms, they discharge carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the air. These gases in turn trap heat coming from the sun in the Earth's atmosphere, resulting in a rise in global temperature and is a major factor behind global warming. This rise in temperature sets a chain of events and intensifies air pollution by increasing the level of smog in the environment. Smog is a type of air pollution that reduces visibility and makes the air hard to breathe. It engulfs the surrounding in a brown and grey haze, which is common in industrial areas and remains a familiar sight in cities like Los Angeles, California, and Delhi in India. Not only that, but air pollution can also make people very sick. Apart from breathing issues, it can cause diseases such as lung cancer, respiratory infections, and heart disease. You won't believe it, but according to the WHO, nearly 2.4 million people die each year from air pollution. So, my dear friends, it is our duty and responsibility to take the matter in our hands to save our planet and future generations. But the most crucial question is, how can we help to reduce the ever-increasing air pollution? Well, we can do that by spreading awareness amongst our friends and family about the consequences of burning fossil fuel and urge them to reduce its usage as much as possible. Even a small step such as switching off the lights, TV, or any electrical device when not in use can help in reducing the level of air pollution. Also, one of the easiest ways to control air pollution is by limiting the use of private cars and vehicles and opting for the public transport system, or walking or riding a bicycle whenever possible. And little by little, step by step, we will start to see the difference, and the world will be a healthy, happy place to be in once again. Trivia time! Did you know the biggest single air polluter is road transport, such as cars? Not only that, air pollutants emitted from cars are believed to cause cancer and contribute to problems such as asthma, heart disease, birth defects, and eye irritation. Also, air pollution is not a recent occurrence. In 1952, the Great Smog of London killed 8,000 people. But unfortunately, we didn't learn our lessons yet and are continuing to make the same mistake of harming our environment. Remember, my friends, as the great Carl Sagan said, and I quote, "The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes. Settle, not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand." So, it's important to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Think about it. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Wait, little kitty. Don't drink that water.
Why?
Because that water is polluted. Oh, hello, my friends. In today's episode, let us learn about one of our prized resources and an essential thing necessary for the existence of living beings. And that is none other than water. Zoom in. So, what is water pollution? Water pollution occurs when harmful and toxic waste, chemicals, or other particles enter water bodies such as rivers, ponds, seas, oceans, and so on, gets dissolved in them, lies suspended in the water, or gets deposited on the bed, resulting in the degradation of the quality of water. Not only does this harm our aquatic ecosystems, but the pollutants also reach the groundwater, which might end up in our houses as contaminated water we use in our daily activities, including drinking. But the most crucial question is, what causes water pollution? Well, sometimes water pollution can occur due to natural activities such as volcano eruptions, animal waste, algae blooms, and residue from storms and floods. Not only that, everyday sewage and sometimes even garbage from cities are dumped into oceans, resulting in polluting the water tremendously. Other factors that can lead to water pollution are pollution from oil spills, fossil fuel combustion, and chemical fertilizers and pesticides used by farmers. And once someone consumes this polluted water, it can lead to diseases such as hepatitis that can be fatal. Also, in many poor nations, there is always an outbreak of cholera and other infections due to contaminated water. Another major problem caused by water pollution is that it kills organisms that depend on water bodies. Dead fish, crabs, birds and dolphins, and many other animals often wind up on beaches, killed by pollutants in their habitat. And all these factors eventually damage the ecosystem, threatening life on Earth. So now we know the root cause of water pollution and the fact that it can make humans and animals so sick that it can even be fatal. The next life-saving question is, what can we do to help our ecosystem and prevent water pollution? The first and foremost thing we can do is start by saving water. Yes, friends, fresh and clean water is more precious than anything else today. Let us do our every bit to make sure that we aren't wasting it recklessly. Start by taking shorter showers. Make sure to turn off the running tap when not in use, and check for any leakage occasionally. And most importantly, make sure to always pick up your trash, especially when at the beach, lake or river. And spread awareness about it by discussing its effects with friends and family by sharing this video as much as you can. Trivia time! Did you know only around 1% of the Earth's water is fresh water? Yes, the rest is salty and we can't drink it. Also, you won't believe it, but between 5 and 10 million people die each year from water pollution-related illnesses. Remember, my friends, as they say, if there is magic on this earth, it is contained in water. Water is the driving force of all nature. It is one basic element needed to sustain life on earth. We can survive up to several weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Never mind. Oh no, little kitty. We can't plant this tree here. This soil seems to be polluted. Oh no, polluted? Oh yes, little kitty. Hey friends, just like any other pollution, soil or land pollution has gradually become a significant challenge that we need to overcome for establishing a healthy environment. So, in today's episode, let us learn what soil pollution is, how it occurs, and how it affects living things. And, most importantly, what can we do to prevent it? Zoom in! So I'm sure you guys must be wondering what exactly this thing called soil pollution is. Well, soil pollution refers to the contamination of soil with abnormal concentrations of toxic substances like trash, debris, poisonous chemicals, etc. In other words, when the level of such toxic and unwanted substances in the soil increases enough to cause severe damage to living organisms such as plants, animals, and humans, the soil is said to be contaminated or polluted. But what are the factors responsible for soil pollution? Well, there are many factors responsible for it, from the waste produced at giant factories to excessive use of pesticides on agricultural land to the trash we throw away in our homes and school. Yes, dear friends, trash caused by us is one of many ways that soil gets polluted here on Earth. Once the garbage is picked up from your home or school, it is brought to a landfill where it's buried in soil and left there to decompose or break down over time, which releases the greenhouse gas methane, which may lead to global warming. Not only that, different kinds of soil pollution have been known to have adverse effects on the health of both animals as well as humans, as the harmful chemicals that can get into the soil and water can cause cancers, deformities, and many skin problems. So, here comes the most crucial question. What can we do to prevent soil pollution? Well, as they say, if you want to change the world, start with the man in the mirror. Yes, my friends, something as small as recycling, picking up trash from your surroundings can make a huge difference. But the most important thing you can do to control waste is by producing less and less of it. And some ways to do so include not using a paper napkin or paper towel unless you absolutely need one, drinking water from a cup rather than a plastic bottle, and being sure to properly dispose of harmful trash like batteries and computer equipment. And soon you'll have a better world to live in. It's trivia time! Did you know the planet loses 24 billion tons of topsoil each year because of land pollution? Also, you won't believe, but 80% of the world's forest has been destroyed already. In South Africa, 90% of the tropical forest cover is demolished. That's pretty worrying, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out.
Never mind.
Ouch! It's hurting, Kitty! Stop it! My ears! It's hurting! It's hurting me, Kitty! Please stop!
Sorry.
It's okay, little kitty. But don't you ever yabba dabba do that again! Hey friends, good to see you all. And I'm sure, just like me, you must have felt the same around loud noises. If so, you were probably experiencing the effects of noise pollution. Yes, my friends, in today's episode, let us explore the noisy world of noise pollution and know about its causes, effects, and ways to reduce it. Zoom in! Hey friends, unlike other pollution that you see around, like water, land, air, etc., noise pollution is invisible to you, but still is very harmful to those who get in its path. But the crucial question is, what is this noise pollution? Well, as we know, that sound is everywhere. Right from the alarm clock you wake up to the sound of, to the school bus, the school bell, loudspeakers, and so on. And as we know, these sounds are a vital part of our daily routine, and we are very blessed to be able to hear everything around us. But sometimes these necessary sounds reach a volume that is dangerous for all living beings. And if they get too loud or last too long, they become noise pollution. There are two types of noise pollution: natural and man-made. The sound coming from natural sources such as birds, animals, and all natural calamities are responsible for causing natural noise pollution, which most of the time are minimal. But the major factor responsible for causing noise pollution is man-made machines, such as sounds coming from the loudspeaker, construction sites, traffic, etc. But the most crucial question is, how does sound affect our health? Well, human ears are designed to hear sound up to 1 decibel or 1 dB. But when someone is exposed to sounds that are 85 dB or above, it can cause permanent damage to your ears, leading to hearing loss. Not only that, exposure to prolonged or extreme noise has been shown to cause a range of health problems, ranging from stress, poor concentration, productivity loss at work and at school, fatigue from lack of sleep, and communication difficulties, to more severe issues such as cardiovascular disease, cognitive impairment, etc. Now, as we know that noise pollution can be so dangerous, we must definitely take steps to reduce it for the betterment of our health and environment. So, what are the steps you can take to stop noise pollution? Well, make sure to set the volume of your TV to a level where it is only audible enough to you and not your neighbors. The next vital step is to always try to avoid noisy firecrackers during festivals. And ask your mom or dad to not honk unnecessarily, and especially while passing by school or hospitals. These little steps from your end will surely help to reduce noise pollution and make our environment a peaceful place to stay in. Trivia time! Did you know we are not the only ones affected by noise pollution? Yes, my friends, marine scientists are concerned with the excessive noise used by oil drills and submarines on the inside of the ocean. And as many aquatic animals use the sense of hearing to find food or to defend themselves to survive in the sea, they are at a higher risk due to noise pollution. Also, you won't believe, but a submarine sonar can be felt 300 miles away from the source. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Kitty, what are you saying? I can't hear you.
Never mind.